Hi, what I want to show you in this video is how to identify linear, quadratic, and exponential functions given ordered pairs. So for each function, we're going to state whether it is a linear, quadratic, or exponential function. There are two tables given us, and function 1 and 2 has the tables below. As you can notice that x values are increasing by 1 in the function number 1. So this is increasing by 1, increasing by 1, increasing by 1, increasing by 1. Okay, once you look at the corresponding y values, there's not a constant change. From 28 to 13, it is decreasing by by 15, decreasing by 15. And from 15 to 4, it is decreasing by -9. And 4 to 1, it is decreasing by 3 because 4 minus 3 is 1. And 1 minus something needs to be 4, which is equal to positive 1 plus, actually 1 plus 3 would be equal to 4. So we didn't get the constant increase or decrease in the first place. If we were to get it, we were going to say it is a linear function. If those differences in the y values, they were equal to each other in the first difference, we were going to say it is a linear function, but it is not. Now let's go ahead and check the second difference. So this is the first difference. Let me write first difference. Second difference, from -15 to -9, it is increasing by 6. So this is our second difference. Let's change a color for this and say second difference. So it is increasing by 6. And in the second one, it is increasing by, again, 6. I noticed that this second difference is making the equal distance is +6. That means this function is a quadratic function. Okay. So let's take a look at this second function we have here. X values are increasing by 1. I have a constant increase, which is nice, and then increasing by 1. But what I noticed, difference in the y values, it is not the constant value, but I figured out that they are being divided by 2 or multiplied by 1/2, because 1/12 times 1/2 is equal to 56, and which is the second number in the y column. And if I multiply 56 by 1/2 again, I will end up with 28. 28 multiplied by 1/2. So if you can notice that I am always multiplying by 1/2, I am ending up with 14. And then 14 times, let me make it 14. 14 times 1/2 is going to be equal to 7, which I ended up with all the y values right down here. Every time I multiplied by 1/2, multiplied by 1/2, multiplied by 1/2, multiplied by 1/2. So if I'm multiplying, that means it is a quadratic function. It is an exponential function. It is an exponential function. If there is a common difference, it is either linear or quadratic. It depends on what difference, where I get the same difference at. Is it the first difference or the second difference? If it is the second difference, then it is quadratic. And if I'm looking at the same multiplied by the same number situation, that means it is an exponential situation.